Knowing that you are currently experiencing heartache and going through the grieving process of having lost a relationship that meant a lot to you, I completely understand where you're coming from, Kyle. I get it. Heartbreak makes you second guess. Was it worth it? Was any of it worth it? Was the time worth it? Was the effort worth it? Was the emotional turmoil and the compromises that you may have made throughout the relationship, was any of that worth it? But this is where I will challenge you and anyone else going through anything similar and hurting and facing these same questions. I will challenge you to consider a different mindset of, one, don't ever let anyone or any past experience change the way that you love. Look, if love is the answer to most of the world's problems, why wouldn't we encourage more of it? Okay? Why would we limit that resource? Don't change who you are or the way you love or how you love based on, some preconceived notions of how you expected a relationship to pan out. Because none of us have a crystal ball. Of course, we don't go into most connections thinking that they're going to be short-lived. We hope that once we fall in love with someone that we can have them and hold them and love them properly for as long as we are able to, right? I get that. And when that is removed and you have to question a lot about the relationship in general, and those kind of rose-tinted glasses come off, and we all have to reevaluate, was that relationship really worth it? Well, it was worth it in the ways that it needed to be, right? It may not have been worth it in the sense that it didn't get you your soulmate that you're going to be with for the rest of your life, but I promise you it was worth it in a whole other boatload of contexts, right? It may have taught you valuable things about yourself in a relationship. It may have taught you valuable things about the type of partner that you need and or don't need in your life. It may have given you experiences or connected you with other people or places or things or hobbies or interests that you might not have otherwise ever gotten to experience. So I would challenge everyone in heartbreak to, instead of focusing on what has been lost, because usually that we are focused on the idea of what we lost, not necessarily what we tangibly lost, right? We are focused on the idea that we had for our future with that person. And that future is no longer going to happen. We can't change that. What we can change is our perspective of what we find value in. So for me, I have to go through anything in my life and say, no matter what, I have to find value in it if it's something that I spent time doing. Whether it's a good experience, a bad experience, a learning experience, or anything in between, I need to find value in it if I spent my valuable time doing it. Otherwise, you can drive yourself crazy about what ifs and, where you've gone wrong and wasted time and wasted effort and wasted youth. My whole marriage was like that. But it taught me valuable lessons and it got me to where I am today, and it sent me on a journey. That divorce sent me on a journey unlike anything I ever could have imagined for myself. Even though I went through so much pain. And I did. I was right there with you. I didn't think that it could have been worth it, but I had to find value in everything that I could as part of that relationship and as part of it ending, so that I could move forward into the future being more prepared and being ready for what was going to come next for me. So I hope that mentality shift can help you move forward and see that you should never change the amount of love that you give or that you put out into the world, because there's always value in that, and there's value in the time spent with anyone that you love at any point for any amount of time.